Hello and welcome. It is I, Frankie. You may have remembered me from That's What We Said, the very popular talk show, which is not so popular, but still pretty popular. And I'm here with my buddy Chuy.
How you guys doing?
And this is Talkin Football, our NFL review / preview talk show. So basically a little bit about ourselves. I am a huge Atlanta Falcons fan. I think that goes without saying if you know me. Basically the only Falcons fan in Atwater, but that's okay.
It's funny to see that, knowing that the school in Atwater is the Falcons.
That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but it's still kind of funny to see no one was encouraged enough to be in that category with them.
Yeah, well, there's one other person, my boy Vince. Shout out to Vince. He's the other Falcons fan in Atwater. That's what's up. That's my boy right there. But anyway, basically, the Falcons, the way I made it to them is pretty weird. When I was a little kid, I was actually a Cowboys fan because everyone in my family was a Cowboys fan. So that was kind of funny. But, I mean, I didn't really care. And then I saw the Eagles play the Cowboys one year, and I was like, oh, they're green. I like them. So the Eagles were my favorite team for a little bit, and then they got their ass kicked by the Cowboys. So really that same night, I stopped being an Eagles fan, and I stopped giving a shit about them collectively. So I stopped watching football, and then I started watching it again really when the Raiders went back to the Super Bowl in 2002. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm a Raiders fan. They're the home team. I was totally bandwagoned it.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, yeah, Raiders. And then my 8th grade, I started actually watching football. And, I mean, shit, I started just following it more and more and more. And I just fell in love with the sport. So I started watching it, and I was kind of going for the Raiders still. But, this was in 2004 when they sucked. So I was just kind of like, whatever. And keep in mind, I'm barely getting back into the fold of football, so I guess I'm a Raiders fan, but I'm not really a Raiders fan at heart. And then the Falcons, I watched them play, and I was just captivated by Michael Vick, man. That guy was oh my God, I loved watching him. I had never seen a running quarterback in my life, so seeing him, I was like, that guy is so fucking awesome.
Yep.
So... And then that year, my aunt takes me to the Modesto Mall to get me an NFL present. I wanted a Raiders jersey. But they had a Rich Gannon jersey that was way too big for me. And wouldn't you know, a Michael Vick jersey sitting up there in my size. And it was destiny, man. Like, it was God telling me, you are supposed to be a Falcons fan. Took the Michael Vick jersey, never looked back. I've been a proud Falcons fan since 2004. And that was starting, not even like when we made it to the NFC Championship. Like, that was at the beginning of the year, basically, like,
after Michael Vick left
too.
and the whole draft with Matt Ryan and everything.
Oh, I've stayed loyal, man, but I must admit, Michael Vick is the reason I became a Falcons fan. So, but he's with Philly now, so I'm riding with my boy Matt Ryan. But, yep, that's how I came to be a Falcons fan in this little old California city that has no Falcons fans.
It's funny because I also had somebody in my side, which I'm a 49er fan, by the way. I've always been a 49er fan because of my family. And also, just like, Frankie said, Super Bowl-wise, when the Raiders went to the Super Bowl, it was the same issue with me, but after they got their ass handed to them, I didn't really watch football. I just knew that if I had to choose a side, it would be the 49ers. But I think I bandwagoned once Terrell Owens left. I think that after he left the 49ers and he went to the Eagles, then I started wanting to be an Eagles fan because he was there, and McNabb was there, and Westbrook was there, and so on and so forth. And then when he moved on from there, I was like, you know what, I can't be following this guy around. So as the Niners kept losing, and I remember one season, I think they were like 2-14 around there. They got smashed on by every team except for one team, which was the Cardinals, which I thought was funny because their only 2 wins was towards the Cardinals, which I thought was hilarious. But other than that, I've always been a Niner fan through their losses, and now that they're rising up to the top, great for them. Now that I can actually say that we are having winning seasons now, and we're one of the top competitors. But no, I've been their fan ever since they've been down to the ground, and I'm glad to be one of their fans. I really am.
Yeah, Gold Rush member. So that's how long have you been officially a Niners fan? Like
freshman year, 5 years ago. Five was when I really started. I liked football. Then I played football, and ever since then I've just been a Niner fan for sure. And never doubted them, and never changed sides after that.
All right, so that's basically a little bit about us, just so you guys kind of get to know where we're coming from. Mm-hmm. This is basically a show where we preview and review the NFL week. We're going to talk about our teams, and obviously, we're going to pick them to win. So instead of telling you who's going to win, we're going to tell you why and how they're going to win. And if the coaches listen to us, which, they're one of our listeners already, I know that.
They follow us already.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh and Coach Smith, they listen to our show. So if they just listen to us, then they'll win. But so anyway, we're going to talk about that. And then we also talk about a game of the week, which is a game that isn't about our teams, but one that we deem to be like a real exciting game. Something with something else to look into, I guess. And also, we get a requested team once a week. So if you have a team out there you'd like us to cover one week, feel free to let us know, and we'll cover your team. So
for sure.
Like this week, we had a request for the New England Patriots, so we're going to go ahead and talk about them a little bit. Okay. We also have, like I said, if you listen to That's What We Said, one of our staples was random shits, and we're going to go ahead and bring that on over. So a random shit basically in this one is just an NFL topic that's trending, and we're just going to go ahead and just kind of give our opinions. Like, for example, it could have been Tim Tebow, but I don't think we're going to go ahead and talk about him. But like, you would have been like, oh, Tim Tebow got cut, great. He hasn't been able to throw his whole career, but he's managed to make it to 3 NFL teams. So we'll just kind of give our opinions and things like that. And but yeah, and we're also going to have game picks at the end of the show. Yep. We're going to go ahead through the whole week and run the whole rundown and just pick teams. And for example, like Baltimore Denver tonight, we're going to go ahead and tell you who's going to win. So game picks, but anyway, whatever. So with that said, let's get this thing rolling, huh? So you want to go first or what?
Okay. Well, the first thing on ours
is the Niners versus the Packers.
Okay. Well, in my opinion, the Packers got their ass handed to them. They allowed Kaepernick to break a lot of records running wise.
Oh my God.
Everybody still remember the play of the year. Not even touched to the end zone, which oh man. That's when
what the hell was Green Bay thinking that day, man? They had no answer, no answer for the zone for the freaking whole offense. They had nothing, man.
I'm hoping that this year, it's the same thing. I mean, obviously it's going to be a good game. You have to give it up. Aaron Rodgers still does his thing as a quarterback, and even though he doesn't have really the top weapons as wide receiver wise, he still does his best, and it shows. His stats really do show. And defensive wise, it's still a good defense. You have to give it up to him just because they had a bad game with us last year. It doesn't mean
bad game. Is that what you called it? Horrendous.
It doesn't mean that they have a bad team. It's just obviously we know who the better team was. But this year, now that the new season's starting, I really keep my eyes out, and I'm expecting a little bit more more different results. I'm expecting them to come a little bit more harder as well as us. But it's going to be a very interesting game, seeing how the Niners played this preseason game. You could tell that it's getting a lot better, especially with the weapons we have. We have all one of the great wide receivers that we have now in the league. Bolden, and we have a couple more weapons. It's going to be exciting. It really is. I'm really looking forward to that game.
Yeah, man. The Packers, they sure are high flying on offense. I don't think there's any question about that. I think Eddie Lacy's gonna do okay. Yeah. He's gonna give them an option in the running game, which is something they've really been missing. I know they had James Starks, he's okay, but I think having Eddie Lacy, fresh set of legs, is gonna help them and create some balance. But then again, Aaron Rodgers loves to chuck that thing, and I personally hope he chucks it all over you guys because he's my fantasy quarterback. So, yeah, going back to that game, you're right. That defense really had no answer for Colin Kaepernick. I mean, really just totally sodomized them. Let's be frank. They sodomized that defense. So, do I think that the Packers really did a whole lot to get better? No, I don't. I think if the Packers are going to win this game, they're going to do it by outscoring you guys. Yeah. But then again, you guys have that vaunted defense, man. There's no question about it. The 49ers have one hell of a defense.
And the good part is that we're playing home.
Yeah, which is you're opening up at home, and which is. And last year you had the same game. Week 1, Green Bay versus San Francisco, and I think I don't know if you beat the shit out of them, but I can't really remember that game.
I know we did. I know we won.
I know you won, but I don't know if you beat the shit out of them. But
I doubt it. I mean, the Green Bay is a good team. It's a very, very good team. I mean, no doubt about it. That it's going to be a very hard game. But Falcons wise, they're facing.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Like I think. Like just to kind of wrap it up, I think that the 49ers are going to end up winning the game.
For sure. Yeah.
I think they're going to control the clock that running until like I said, I don't think Green Bay did anything really on defense to get better.
Nope.
Unless Dom Capers comes up with some sort of way to at least slow the running game down. I just don't see how that defense is going to really have an answer. I mean, they had a pick six, in the beginning of the game, but other than that, it was just nothing. So
and what's great is that our defense is mostly back. I mean, even though we have Patrick Willis, he didn't play any of the preseason games, and he's barely starting practice. Still happy that he's still there.
Yeah, he's gonna be
and
fine.
We've only lost McDonald in the front line. We still have the Smith brothers.
I think you lost Apoga too.
Yes,
Isaac Apoga.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, he lost him, and even though our DBs are still even though we lost, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
You're talking Deshaun Golson.
There you go.
He went to Tampa.
Yeah,
we got to look at his ass twice a year now.
I'm mad because of the 49ers that they lost. I think he was a good player. I really did. And the fact that they really didn't want him, I'm kind of not liking that. I really wanted him to stay. And even though there was a talk about him moving, and I'm like, ouch, you know what? This breaks my heart knowing that Goldman, because I really like that player. He was really good in my eyes.
Yeah, Golson was a playmaker for you guys, but that's the nature of the NFL. It's a business. Sometimes the players don't always stay that you want to stay. So
it's hard to see him go, but still we still have the majority of the defense back, which is a great thing. We still have Bowman, which is actually a guy that I was really impressed this year. Mm-hmm. He really impressed me. So
he did a real good job holding Roddy White on fourth down.
You know what? That play.
Oh,
honestly,
my gosh!
I saw it.
I
saw it. And yes, I would say it's holding.
Oh my god!
I knew it was holding, and I couldn't believe that. Even after home field, the refs they didn't see it.
Wow!
I mean, obviously, payback's the bitch. Obviously, everybody saw the Super Bowl, and everybody saw the last pass. It's the same thing that happened, and they got away with it. But yes, honestly, it was holding. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but. that play, there was a line to be drawn, and obviously they didn't take that as serious.
That whole game, it kind of started to fall apart with officiating. Like, I can see how some people are like, well, that Harry Douglas catch wasn't a catch when it fell on the floor.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Whatever. That shit's in the past. We're moving on.
But honestly,
that was a great game.
Obviously, yes. That was overall. It was a great game. A game that I think everybody could really see, and they say, you know what, those are two good ass teams, because they were. And especially no disrespect to the AFC, but the NFC, they're rising up. They're kicking ass.
Man, dude, I can't even tell you how much. I mean, when you think about the AFC, who do you think about?
Patriots.
And there are question marks all over the place.
They really are. And now you got the NFC, and honestly, I mean, Seahawks are they're scary. They really are. Oh yeah,
you guys are gonna have your hands full with those guys.
The NFC is looking great, and it really is, and a lot
competitive.
A lot of competitive teams now. And it wasn't like this 2-3 years ago, but now they're a scary team, and obviously the Falcons and the Niners are up in that category.
Yeah, man, I'm not a fan of your team at all, but I do respect them.
Yeah,
so
same here.
Moving on, let's talk about the Falcons. Okay. We got New Orleans. Oh my god,
wow. That's their opener. Okay,
I cannot tell you,
and it's where.
It's in New Orleans.
Oh,
so
okay.
We got Sean Payton coming back.
Yep.
He's not we, but that's what we're facing. But Sean Payton's coming back. It's the beginning of the whole new year, and I'm sure the Superdome's gonna be rocking. Yep. I'm sure it's gonna be loud and crazy. Yep. I'm kind of seeing it being kind of similar to when the Superdome reopened.
Yep.
And the Falcons, wouldn't you know, were the visiting team, and we got our ass whooped. So I remember that game. I said to myself, if the Falcons should lose this game, I will slap myself by however many points we lose by. We lost by 20 fucking points, I think. So I smacked myself 20 times. I couldn't believe that we lost, but I guess they had more energy that day. It was their thing. So I mean, that's kind of why. I say, I can expect a similar kind of energy, but it is a very different team.
Yeah.
So I'm not really I'm not really like gonna say, oh well, the Saints are gonna win because of that. But
I don't know. I mean, last year they didn't have a good start. They faced.
Oh my
they
gosh!
faced.
They started
Washington.
0-4.
They faced Washington, and in the first play, RG3 ends up getting an 80-yard touchdown.
Oh my god,
and,
man!
I mean,
but let's look at it this way: the New Orleans Saints had the worst statistical defense in history. The entire history, they had the worst defense. Yep. Period. It does not get any worse. Let's just put it in perspective. The Raiders had a better defense. The Jets had a better defense. Yep. Oh my gosh, man. But anyway, yeah, so what I'm looking for, I expect the Saints to come out, excited as shit. But I got to tell you one thing. We're excited as shit for the season to start. Yep. As fans, man, we're ready to rise up. We're excited with our new offense. Well, it's not really new, but a new running back. Steven Jackson's going to, I feel like he's going to help us. Yep. I think that our offensive line has questions. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, we're perfect all the way around, because we're not. Nope. I think Lamar Holmes has to prove himself. Yep. I think it's going to be interesting to see if Peter Kahns can pick up all the blocks and all the calls, make all the right calls and things like that Mud Duck used to do for us. Mm-hmm. Him stepping into the center. So that's really all I think about on offense, but I think we'll be okay. And then on defense, I honestly don't think we did anything to improve our defense. I always thought our defense was solid. I thought it could be better, but I just never thought that we did anything really to improve them. We're a very opportunistic defense. We're about kind of, we'll give up yards here and there, but we'll force the fumble too. Yeah. We'll pick Drew Brees off 5 times. I think that if the defense can just kind of do their thing, and really when we play New Orleans, what I notice about the defense is when we throw Drew Brees off is because we're pressuring the crap out of him. We're not necessarily sacking him. We're just kind of getting in his face, making him run around, and I think that that's going to be very key. Yeah. And I think that's where Osi Umenyiora has to step up and make a name for himself here, because I was never sold on it. I thought if I was to be sold on Umenyiora, we should have brought back John Abraham. That way we have 2 viable pass rushing options. Even though John Abraham was basically a situational guy, I think that having them both on the field would have at least made the Drew Brees have to account, or not just Drew Brees, but the entire offense would have had to account for both of them. And
really for that offense, Drew Brees, if he's not on a roll, honestly, there is no run game. It's all really in his hands. And if Drew Brees doesn't find a way to make that offense go, it's not going to go. And like you said, you have to knock him down. You have to put him on his ass. That's how you play Drew Brees, man. You get in his face. You make him force the erratic pass, and he's done that several times against us. Like, I remember one time he was falling to the ground and he tried to underhand throw it. I can't remember what game it was, but he was falling to the ground because we were just all in his face, and he just underhand threw it. And I think it ended up getting picked off by Brent Grimes, who is a Miami Dolphin now. So I mean, it's something that I feel is going to be very key. I think Osi Umenyiora is going to have to do what he does and get in the backfield, get in his face, disrupt his timing, and I think we'll do okay. With the Saints, obviously we know their defense ain't the greatest. It's not. Let's give it that.
But we don't even know how they're going to look. Exactly. They got Rob Ryan this year, and they're switching to a whole new scheme. So
they are. And now that Rob Ryan's there, actually that's a pretty scary coach. I mean, you can tell he's going to put his foot down and say, things are going to change around here.
Yeah, he's tough, but
I'm still favoring the Falcons in this one, just because of the fact that they look more ready. Player wise and coach wise. Yes, the coach of those Saints, he's come back. Yeah, you got Vegeta back. You got a bunch of players.
Vegeta,
the linebacker.
Oh, Vegeta, isn't he in?
Well, after every player, including him, was suspended.
Vegeta's in Cleveland, isn't he?
Wasn't he suspended from the?
No, fool. That was I think you're talking about Vilma.
Am I?
But Vilma came back from. Vilma came back last year, and then he's injured this week, so we're not even playing Vilma.
Well, from all the players that were suspended, I still don't think this is a complete team. Thank God, that season is done. It's great that season is done, but still. You have to favor the Falcons. They look like a much, and especially like you said, Steven Jackson. That guy can run the ball. I mean,
I know you know that.
That running game is there. I mean, yeah, like you said, the line has to, make. But honestly, I mean, Steven Jackson can kind of make his own plays on his own. He really can. We've seen that from the Rams. Now that we have, Matt Ryan, and you still got your receivers. It is a pretty kick-ass offense, a scary-ass offense, to be honest with you. It's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, in my opinion, from that Falcons. I think they're going to really run us over. I really do.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think in order for Atlanta to win this game, like I said, we're just going to have to do what we do on defense, what we've always done, pressure the crap out of Breeze, get in his face, and we're going to have to do something about stopping the run, man. I know the Saints really don't run it that much, but shit, man, that was something that pissed me off last year, seeing how they would have problems stopping some running teams that were just ramming it down our throat. So, I think if we can just kind of fix up those holes and just be a real solid defense, one that's capable of limiting the run and forcing turnovers and things like that, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I think, and then on offense, we just got to do what we do. We got to incorporate Steven Jackson into the running game to salt away, the game and protect the lead, late in the game, which is something we weren't able to do last year with Michael Turner. But I love Michael Turner, man. He did a lot of great things for us, but God, he just couldn't close them out anymore. So,
but Steven Jackson, I mean, that's a scary team, like I said.
Yeah, man. Look, Steven Jackson's a bit younger. He's not all that much younger. But he's looking good. I liked what I saw, really particularly out of the Baltimore game. I thought he did a good job running the game, picking up 5-6 yards here and there. So I think if we can just kind of get him involved with the offense, have a good running game, and then we got Quizzy, who's a baller. Then we'll be fine, man. We'll be fine. So that's how much we're gonna. I think that's what it's gonna take. I think our receivers are gonna give their corners everything they can handle. Julio Jones and Roddy White.
So those guys, man, they are a handful. They really are.
Yeah. So that's gonna do it for the Atlanta. Now let's talk about a game of the week.
Okay.
Being as that it is Thursday, we just decided that by default, this game should be that's not our team's obviously the game of the week, which is Denver-Baltimore.
Yep.
The start of a new year, man, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for football. I've missed it so much. Yep. It's going to be cool to see just a real NFL season game. Yep. So
no more preseason.
Let's talk about this game a little bit. We got Denver going against Baltimore.
Denver.
Yeah, man. Baltimore's got a lot of questions
they do.
Everywhere. They lost 9 starters, man, and Anquan Bolden he was so huge for Baltimore.
And he's gone, and guess who picked him up? I mean, the Niners were the smartest team to pick him up. Yeah, like you said, Bolden's gone, Reed is gone, obviously, Lewis is gone.
So many. Kruger, Ellerby's gone. Kerry Williams, man, they lost Matt Burke. God, they lost so many people.
And then they pay
Joe Flacco is $1 zillion. Yeah,
I mean, it's looking different. It really is. I don't know where they're going with this, but whatever it is, today is where they prove it. But in my opinion, they're just not the Super Bowl team there anymore. In my opinion, I don't think they have any highlight weapons where we can be like, you know what, that was a good pick. No,
like what I like about Baltimore is that they still got Ray Rice.
They do.
They got Torrey Smith.
Yep.
They lost Dennis Pitta.
The tight end, yes.
Who else do they have? There's got to be somebody else. Oh, Jacoby Jones. They have Jacoby Jones. Yeah. I mean, they got some weapons. That's why I personally think they're not going to be like awful, god awful. But I also think that they're going to do okay. I don't honestly see them winning their division this year.
No.
I think that's going to be Cincinnati. So.
Well, personally, I hate the Baltimore because they beat us in the Super Bowl. So I hope they get smashed. I think Peyton Manning is going to run it down the throat. I really do. Now that they don't have their leader, their Ray Lewis there. I mean that offense is going to be it's going to go through a different phase now that the no huddle system is going on, and and you got Peyton Manning. That's not a good start, but I honestly think that Denver is a team that is still today you still got to watch out for. They really are. Even though Peyton Manning's getting a little bit older, I mean, still that team is still good. And obviously today we'll see what kind of team they are, and I'm hoping that they still continue what they had last year. But like I said, I'm more favored in Denver, and even though I have a lot of respect for beating us last year, Baltimore, the fact that they lost so many people, and we kind of don't know where they're going with this. That's really, we're just gonna have to see the day when kickoff starts.
Yeah, I think that we're gonna find out a lot about Baltimore this upcoming game. But man, Denver has questions of their own. Like they lost Von Miller and Doomerville, who's coming back to play them. I know Baltimore lost a lot of weapons, but they still have some. I still think Denver gets the win. I think Peyton Manning is just gonna be ready. I don't think that this is going to go into overtime or anything like that. And I don't think Joe Flacco's going to have another miracle Hail Mary. So, it's going to be I think it's going to be a good game. Yep. I think Denver takes it. Peyton Manning's got a year under his belt with these guys, and he gets. Oh, by the way, he gets Wes Welker.
Oh yeah,
shit. I know. I know he's been. Forget. Yeah, I know he dropped he's dropped some passes or whatever, but he is still a weapon, man. Yeah. That guy can get open.
I so forgot about Wes.
Peyton Manning is gonna love that. So, I think that Wes Welker's gonna do a good job. And it's Peyton Manning. Come on, man. Like, it's hard to pick against that guy. You know what I mean?
He's still a dynamic player, and look how long he's been in the league, and he's still at the top. And even though moving from another team, he brought the team, pretty far.
I honestly did not expect Denver to be that good. Yep. I thought Peyton Manning coming off those surgeries, I just thought, we played them week 2 last year. We beat that ass, and I was just like, that's their team right there. I did not expect them to make a comeback. I did not expect them to be that good later in the season, but they were. So, I definitely learned my lesson. Don't pick against Peyton. But, I think that'll do it for the game of the week. Check that game out, everybody. It's going to be awesome. So,
and other games that are in this week,
And let's see. We also, we got a requested team this week. We had a friend, I guess, ask us to recover the Patriots.
Okay.
The New England Patriots. Wow. What an offseason, man. What an offseason, huh?
The New England team.
Aaron Hernandez. What the fuck, bro? Oh, my God. That's awful.
I mean, and I don't know if this is true. I need you guys to confirm this, but I'm not positive it's true. I have told Frankie before. There is a troll in Madden 25 that... if you kill 5 players online, you earn Aaron Hernandez and the roster of the Patriots. Now, that's
my God.
I don't know if that's a troll. I need you guys to make sure that that's true or not. But I've seen a picture on Instagram that literally had the trophy achievement on both Xbox and PS3 with Aaron Hernandez in the front.
I don't believe it.
And it says you have to kill 5 players online. You have to kill 5 players. I don't know how badly you have to beat them, but you have to kill 5 players online to get this guy.
That would be so horrible. What a way to rub it in a Patriots fan's face.
The Patriots, guys, I mean, obviously, you can't say nothing about Aaron Hernandez. He was a good player, but... the fact that you guys lost him, I honestly don't know. Good thing that the Patriots literally just say, you know what, I have nothing to do with it. You're off the team.
Yep.
It could be a good job by them to let them know we're not going to give you any baby steps about this. Mm-hmm. Go do your thing, and we're going to go do ours.
Yep.
That was a great job that they did. Yep. And now that they have that out the way, and they lost Welker, I'm debating on that offense. Yeah,
but the Patriots definitely have a lot of questions. I think they have I don't know. They have a handful of rookies.
Yeah.
I guess Tompkins and Aaron Dobson. They looked okay the preseason, but I think if anybody can make them stars, it's Tom Brady.
Exactly.
You don't fucking go against Tom Brady. So I mean, shit. That's the only thing really I can still say about the Patriots. They had a good running game going. Yeah, looks like they're gonna try to be more balanced this year.
That little man ran, pretty well actually.
Stephen Ridley. They got LeGarrette Blount. They still got Shane Vereen, who's looking fast as ever.
Now, my question is, do you think in any part of the season, Tebow has a chance of being on that field?
Tebow's gone, bro.
You think he's completely?
I don't think he's gonna make any more teams. I don't know how the hell he made the Patriots team. I don't know why they signed him. I guess because you could make the argument, well, Josh McDaniels drafted him. Okay, but I mean, come on, man. Like, were you really ever gonna put him over Ryan Mallett? Like, Ryan Mallett's a guy you've been like grooming since you drafted him. Were you really ever gonna put him over that? Like, come on, man.
What bugs me is that they had options. Colt McCoy, he was a free agent. Brady Quinn was a discussion, and they went with Tim Tebow, which to me I honestly don't understand that he's not really a starting material. He can run the damn ball, good. Throw him as a tight end for fuck's sake. But as a quarterback, I don't think it's him anymore. And even the fact if you had to play in the NFL and there's a discussion about him playing in Canada, how bad do you have to be where America don't want you? I mean, this is an American sport, and yet, I mean, whatever plan they have for them, I hope it's worth it because this guy, I mean, and this is so much to say about Tim Tebow. I just think people give him way too much credit. Yet he hasn't really done much. He really hasn't.
I know he got that playoff game win against Pittsburgh, which was the number 1 ranked defense at the time. Yeah. But man, I think Tim Tebow is effective in the right kind of package, but I just don't think that package could work consistently in the NFL. You know, I think Tim Tebow is very stoppable, and the argument that people make for Tim Tebow is, well, he wins games. Yeah, okay, great. But, I mean, eventually people are going to catch on to what you're doing, and, you know, you're going to be stopped. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yep. The Patriots got the Bills week 1. Yep. I'm not going to just say, well, the Patriots are going to beat that ass. Because the Bills, history will show you that the Bills have actually given the Patriots a run for their money week 1. So I'm not going to just sit here and say, oh, Patriots, yeah, they got this, you know. I think they're going to win, but I think it's going to be a real competitive game.
Actually, I'm going to go with the Bills on this one.
Really? You're picking Bills?
Even though they are the underdog, and I can't remember the last time the Bills beat the Patriots, but I honestly think that week 1, the Bills are going to get lucky, and they're going to have a good drive, and they're going to win it at the end. I honestly believe that the Buffalo
Bills... That's a pretty bold predicament.
They're going to win it. I honestly think that the Patriots are going to start off 0-1. I really do.
Wow. Well, I mean, I really like C.J. Spiller. Yep. I really like C.J. Spiller. I think he does a real good job. But man, I don't know. I just think Tom Brady's he's too much of a veteran, man. He's just too savvy. He's just too intelligent. And then you got the hoodie, man. You know, you got Bill Belichick, dude. It's just...
Those two guys.
I think, man, those two are a match made in football heaven. Yep. You know, they're really good together. So that's why I'm saying I don't think the Patriots are going to run away with this one. I think they're going to win. I think that Tom Brady's going to figure this defense out. Like I said, I know the Bills have been known to give him fits here and there, but I believe in Tom Brady. I say the Patriots take this one, and they start out 0-1 in Buffalo. Okay. So that'll do it for the Patriots. Now we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up by doing our week 1 picks. So let's run the table here. I wrote down the week 1 schedule. Okay. Baltimore, Denver. I'm going Denver.
And I'm going Denver.
Peyton Manning, I think, is gonna I think the whole Bronco offense is just gonna be better. I know they don't have their pass rushers, but I think they're gonna go ahead and take this one. Yep. Cincinnati and Chicago.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I like Cincinnati. I like what they did last year. They actually made it to the playoffs. Great.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, 2 years
bounced by the same team. Yep. 2 years in a row.
Sadly, but I like them. I like what they do. I can't be mad at Cincinnati for being such a poor team. They rising up, and you know I like what they do. I'm gonna go with Cincy on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. Chicago, I think, is still kind of in the mist, given the fact that they have a new offense this year, a whole new coach.
They lost Urlacher.
So I like Cincinnati, and I need AJ Green to have a huge day. So I'm picking Cincinnati for this one. So we're both on Cincy and Denver so far. Mm-hmm. Patriots and Bills, but we disagree.
Yeah, we disagree on this one.
So that's going to be the first one. Miami, Cleveland. Dolphins and the Browns.
Ouch.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Browns, man.
Miami.
I like Trent Richardson. I think if they can give him the ball and he can just do what he does, he's going to... I think he controlled the game. I think he will, and the Browns have been looking better in the preseason anyway. So,
yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Browns.
I'm gonna go with Reggie Bush in Miami.
No, Reggie Bush is in Detroit.
Sorry, I'm going with Miami either way. I like Miami. I do. I'm not gonna hit on Miami. I have nothing against the Browns, but I think Miami is a better team. I really do. And sorry guys for not doing my homework about Reggie Bush, but I still like Miami. I like what they do.
Yeah, Miami, man, they've spent like a shit $1 trillion signing
they
players.
Spend a shitload of money.
But
yes.
I've seen this happen before, and they were referred to as a dream team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and it fell flat on their face. So purchasing free agents doesn't always lead to success. I'm picking Cleveland.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm picking Miami, so we have another different one right there.
Alrighty. And we got Oakland, Indy. Indy.
That's a pretty easy. I don't think we have to talk about how good and the fact that Andrew Luck did that good last year. I don't care who's starting for the Oakland Raiders. Pryor can do whatever he wants. Indy
I like Pryor though.
I do too, but just that's one player compared to all 53 players in the Raiders team.
Yeah, I like Pryor. I think he's okay. I think he's the future of Oakland.
Yeah, do too.
But right now he's okay, but I think he can be better if the fucking Raiders would just start building properly. I mean, well, I guess we could say maybe they're going to start doing that because Al Davis is no longer in control, and you know he loves his fast receivers. So, I mean, maybe they'll go in a new direction. I think
in the future,
solidify the damn line. Oh gosh, Darren McFadden is such a beast for them.
Yep.
Man. So, Oakland has some spots, but they definitely need to rebuild. I think Terrell Pryor is the future of Oakland, though. So, but I'm going Indianapolis.
Indy for sure.
I'm rolling with Andrew Luck. I say Indy takes this one. Kansas City and Jacksonville.
I personally want to say I like Alex Smith. I know he's gonna start. Great for him. He's starting. I want to see this guy play during the preseason. He impressed me. He plays the same. Obviously, we see that he plays the same. I'm going with the fact that they made so many different adjustments to this offseason. They've got so many new players. You know, and I'm gonna go with Kansas City on this one. Even though they're not at home. They still got this.
I think Kansas City takes this one too. Man, you know, Andy Reid coming in, I think is going to do wonders for Alex Smith. You know, him and his pass happy offense. So I like Alex Smith too. I thought he was a solid quarterback. I think he was always great. I mean, I always thought Alex Smith was really a game manager based on the way you guys used him.
Yeah.
He was basically handed off and then chuck it to Vernon Davis. So.
But by the way, I wanted Alex Smith to start the whole time. I like Kaepernick, but I liked Alex Smith. I hate that he left. I really do. I wish
you guys did him dirty, man.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what Niner fan. I'm sorry, but that was not an appropriate move after what he's gone through, and he doesn't even get a booth to talk in Super Bowl weekend. I'm glad this guy is gonna do something for himself now. I'm so proud of Alex Smith that he got his new team, a new coach, and this Kansas City looks like they're switching it upside down and they're going another direction. And so far, I'm liking it. I really am. And kudos to Alex Smith. He's gonna do his thing, and I'm proud of him. And I can't wait to face him.
Yeah, a lot of Niner fans around the area here felt the same way.
Yeah.
But okay, so moving on, Tampa Bay and New York Jets. Oh, Darrelle Revis gets to face his old team.
Yep.
Tampa Bay.
Yep. Tampa Bay for sure.
Oh my God,
Tampa
New York
Bay for sure.
Jets are just a clusterfuck, man.
Yeah,
Those guys.
And I hope that Goldson just smacks the shit out of somebody. I don't care. I don't care if it's a ref. Just to be at the Met Stadium right now. I'm at the MetLife Stadium right now for that Jets. It's just not pretty. It really ain't. Everything about the Jets right now is all bad. When you have to really think about, oh, you know what? Mark Sanchez is injured. Okay, well, thank you. Now we realize that we don't have to tell you you're not going to start no more. You're just not going to start no more.
Man, that guy, man. What the hell are they doing in New York?
I honestly can't.
Rex Ryan's being a dickhead.
He really is. He really is. Just the fact that just because of one injury, it's like Alex Smith all over again. It really is. I already see Geno Smith starting this year.
Yeah, he's starting week 1.
Yep.
But God, man, I don't know what to expect out of Geno Smith. I never thought he did all that great. He had 1 touchdown pass, and what game was it? I can't remember. It was like the 3rd or 4th game. He had his first touchdown pass, and then he went ahead and threw like 2 or 3 picks afterwards.
Yep. So you can tell that the direction they're going.
Oh my God!
Well, Tampa Bay kick some ass because honestly
they're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Yep, they are.
And that would just be funny to see. It would have been even funnier if it was Mark Sanchez. That guy, man, he is hilarious.
Yeah,
I
he is.
love.
I like his
that
whole...
guy is fucking funny. I love watching his misfortunes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hate to admit it, but the butt fumble.
Yeah, that
on,
was.
man.
Oh man!
Not only that, but
they broke a record for the most touchdowns in a minute.
Oh my!
Which was
goodness.
3, by the way.
Beat the shit out of him that game.
Taking away the butt fumble. I want to see Mark Sanchez's face do the "I told you so" face, because Geno Smith. I mean, yeah, he did great in college, but this is the big leagues. And if your coach is Rex Ryan right now, if you don't do better than A+, you're fucked. The team is fucked.
Oh, right. Eric Ryan's fucking coaching for his job right now. But I don't think that guy wants to be there anymore anyway. So.
I wouldn't either. I really wouldn't either.
Shit. All right, next game. Minnesota, Detroit. I'm going with the Vikings on this one.
Going with Detroit.
AP.
I'm going with Detroit.
AD all day.
I like how Detroit is, and even though they didn't really have the season they want, and kudos for them going where they went. They broke, the...
Calvin Johnson got the 2,000 yards. It was against us.
Yeah, it was against the Falcons, by the way, on a Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it was on Saturday, but yeah, God, Detroit's really talented. Yeah. They're really loaded on offense, man. They really are. I'm anxious to see how they're going to use Reggie Bush. I think that's going to be cool. A whole new element, but... I mean, it's not like it's like a runaway. I know I said Minnesota right away, but that's because Adrian Peterson is a fucking beast. So, I'm rolling with the Vikings.
Yep.
So, next is Seattle, Carolina.
Well, for me personally, Seattle, I mean, they are they're a good team. They really are. They're a team where you just can't be mad at what they do. With Russell Wilson and everything that he's giving this team, I mean, you got to give it up for the Seahawks. They are doing an amazing job. And what they did during this offseason to get all the players that they need, they got a couple good weapons. And I think that they're going to prove it this year. And I think they're going to give the 49ers a run for their money. They really are. They're going to be a team that I cannot wait to see play. That's going to be just a game that's a fight for money right there. That's going to be a big, big game.
Yep, Seattle, Carolina. I'm going Seattle.
Seattle.
Russell Wilson is. I think he's gonna do good against his defense. Carolina's looking better on defense, if I do say so myself. Mm-hmm. But I think Seattle takes this one. Well, actually, you know what? They're on the road. They don't play very good on the road.
Well, I mean,
I'll take Seattle anyway. I think Seattle gets this one.
Yeah, even though I hit on Seattle, you know what? They got this. They really do. I'm going with Seattle.
Yeah, I'll go Seattle too. Tennessee, Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go ahead and go Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh too. Yeah, I go Pittsburgh.
I don't like Pittsburgh. I really don't. I think that they're a team that really, really needs to find help. They really do.
Yeah, but I mean, I have more faith in Ben Roethlisberger than I do in Jake Locker. Although Chris Johnson is a savage, but I'm gonna go ahead and go Pittsburgh. So
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this one. Like you say, they have and also they also have Delaney Walker. Now that they have a new tight end, they have pretty good weapons out there. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this one.
Okay, Green Bay, San Francisco. We're gonna go Niners.
I'm gonna go Niners.
Yeah, Niners got this one.
Yeah, as long as Kaepernick does what he does with with the offense that they have now, if he does better than he did last year, it's gonna be a great team. I think that obviously the main focus is stopping make sure that they have, from switching from the running to the passing, and getting this guy. If he's mobile, it's not going to look pretty for the Green Bay Packers. And I think that, for Kaepernick, he's really going to be the primary player that everybody's going to look at, because if he's having a good game, the offense is having a good game. And just like you said, my offensive line, I'm still a little iffy about. I really am, but. I'm still going with San Francisco. And because they're at home, I think it's going to be a good game and a nice win for us.
Niners slap the shit out of Green Bay.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers does a good job. So Niners take this one. Cardinals and Rams. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and pick the Rams for this one.
I'm going to pick the Rams as well.
Although I think the Cardinals are going to do a pretty good job this year. I think they're going to be better. I never was sold on Carson Palmer, though.
No.
But I just think that they got some good pieces in good places. So I'm going to go ahead, but I'm going to pick the Rams.
Me too,
I like the Rams. I always thought they were a tough team. Like they played real hard. And I'm anxious to see Tavon Austin, man. I think that guy's going to do a hell of a job. So Let's see. Next up, Atlanta, New Orleans. Go Falcons, rise up all day.
Falcons for sure.
Let's see. And the Giants, Cowboys.
That is
oh my gosh,
the rivalry game of every year.
Oh man.
You know what? Dallas, when they're at home, they get their ass kicked by the Giants. I think they're on a losing streak going home.
I don't think they've ever beaten the Giants in Jerry World.
Nope. And honestly, I don't think that they're gonna start. I mean, the Giants.
Picking the Giants?
Yeah, I'm picking the Giants on this one.
Well, I mean, you can go ahead and keep saying why.
I mean, Giants. I really do.
I believe in Eli. I think he's gonna do a good job against this. I mean, shit. The Dallas Cowboys defense is looking good with Monty Kiffin coordinating the defense.
But Tony Romo is.
But Tony Romo is Tony Romo, and I just.
I feel like.
God damn, man! I think the Cowboys were gonna win last year. And then I think he threw like late picks or some shit. He fucked it up somehow the way only he knows how to. So
I think obviously you got a multi-millionaire stadium, which is fine, great, make a nice stadium, but to pay Tony Romo,
and then you go and give Romo, exactly 6 more years of Romo-licious for Dallas.
So I honestly don't think that this is going to be a pretty season. Obviously, the start of this at home on their losing streak against the Giants. Eli Manning is just going to go in there and do what he does best. And they got Victor Cruz back. Great. This team, I give kudos to the Giants, and I think they're going to win this one.
Giants take this one. Philly, Washington.
Now this to me is
here we go.
This is the game of the week to me.
I wanted to see this one.
I want to see this one so bad because I like that the Michael Vick feud as a starter. Good thing he got it. I'm happy that he got
Michael
it.
Vick deserved that one.
But then again, RJ3 is back. He's gonna play week 1, and everybody has his iffy things. But you got 2 pretty good quarterbacks, and Washington wasn't the most favorite team 2-3 years ago, but they made a big difference last year. And even though it was the dumbest thing to put RG3 back in the game after being injured, and I still think it's the dumbest thing to do because you really need to give this guy some time.
Yeah.
No rushing his foot. Now, personally, he wants to play. Now, if he wants to play, great. I like the enthusiasm. I do. It's hard for me to pick this game. It really is. I honestly think that these two teams have both falls. They have their downsides and up, but overall they go hand in hand. They really do, and they're in the same division.
Well, I think it's gonna be a good game. The reason why this is a tough pick for me is because I want to pick the Eagles, but I haven't seen really anything about their defense that makes me say, "Damn, the Eagles got this for sure." Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Eagles anyway. I'm interested to see that new offense. I think it looked good. Michael Vick looks good in it. They're getting the ball out of his hands super fast. And I think really that's kind of helping him with, really just dealing with pressure because his line isn't the greatest. So I think getting the ball out of his hand super fast the way they did, I think it's going to be good for them. And I think it's going to be good for Michael Vick, more importantly. Yep. So... And then on Washington, okay, I don't know how RG3 is going to look with his knee. I'm sure he's fine. He's let the whole world know he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. I think
he was fined like $10,000 for wearing
a Operation Patient shirt. Yep, he did. So
oh my God.
I'm sure RG3's fine. But I just think that I think Philly goes ahead and takes this one. I don't think Michael Vick has had the chance to play RG3 yet because I think he was injured for their last year while they were playing.
I'm gonna go with Washington.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick Philly.
I think I'm gonna go to Washington not because everybody's gonna talk about RG3. I think that the real reason why is because they're gonna go at home. I think that's the only reason they're gonna play at home.
Yeah, and then
everybody's gonna go there for RG3. And that home crowd is just gonna be. It's gonna be packed, and I'm gonna go Washington.
Yeah, and then you're right, and then Alfred Morris is probably gonna do a good job running against them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go.
And then they got Pierre Garçon, Santana Moss, and Fred Davis. Yep. Damn, they're.
Now,
I'm sticking with Philly.
Last game for this one is gonna be the Houston visiting the San Diego Chargers. Now, Manti Te'o, for you guys that are Charger fans, yes, sadly he is not gonna start.
And his girlfriend will not be in the crowd.
No, she will not. and sadly, guys. Is it off, by the way?
No, it's on.
Okay. Is it? What's it called? No. Even though he was a first round pick, he's not going to start. Sadly, I don't know where this Chargers team is going with. But I mean, just to know that that's not gonna happen brings a huge downside to the defense. But in Houston, I give it up for Houston. They're doing. I'm really looking forward to Foster. Whoever has Foster on the fantasy team, good job. I honestly think that this guy is going to do very, very, very well this year. I really do. I give it up to this guy.
He hasn't played the whole preseason, but he'll be fine, man.
I think
a lot of starters don't play. Yeah. That's but well, let's think about it. San Diego sucked year in, year out. Houston's been to the playoffs past 2 years.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be Houston that wins.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Houston. Man.
Houston takes this one. Arian Foster beats the shit out of that defense.
Yep.
Matt Schaub and Andre Johnson. I mean, come on, Andre Johnson.
He may be old, guys, but let me tell you guys.
Oh my God,
this guy is just amazing. Every year. He's still one, and even though he doesn't go to the Pro Bowls, and I understand that he skipped a couple years and he wasn't picked, but this guy is just a weapon you can't ignore. He really isn't. He's really one of the top wide receivers in my eyes. I mean, he really does make a name for himself, and I don't think anybody's gonna forget Andre Johnson when it comes to the Houston Texans. I really don't. I think he's a great player.
Yeah, Andre Johnson. I think he's gonna dominate this game. I think Arian Foster's gonna dominate this game. That rookie DeAndre Hopkins, he looks pretty good too. So I think Houston's gonna take this one, and they go 1-0. So
well, guys, that's our first week of the NFL before the season. Today's Thursday, the first kickoff of the regular season of 2013. Happy to be here with Frankie. I give him kudos. Thank you, for being patient and having this opportunity to be here. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our talk. For sure, next week we'll have a lot more for you guys. We'll watch every game play by play. We'll make sure that we have more for you guys next week. Making seeing what teams are going and how they're going, what direction, and what are the upsides and what impressed us and what surprised us. So for sure next week, random shits. There's gonna be more than one. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna happen next week. But thank you guys for listening. On my side, thank you, Frankie. There's been a great talk.
Yep. Yeah, thanks for coming through. I had a good time. This was a good first show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like Chuy said, we try to give you guys the most info we could on the first week of the year. But quite frankly, we don't want to go back to last year too much, seeing as how it's a whole new year. So, So yeah, let's get ready for a great year. Happy New Year. Yep. And we'll see what happens. We'll follow all the storylines. We'll follow RG3's knee. Peyton Manning and his offense,
and especially the Patriots and how they're gonna do.
The Patriots and their offense. Yep, we're gonna follow a shitload of storylines. New York Jets and their quarterback. Mm-hmm. Really, no, not even just quarterback. Their entire team, fucking clusterfuck that they are. And as always, if you guys wanna go ahead and ask for us to cover a team specifically, let us know, and we'll go ahead and give you guys a bit of a segment. Mm-hmm. And
shout outs to whoever wanted us to talk to us about the Patriots. Thank you for letting us have that opportunity to talk about that team. Or like he said, any team you guys want us to get more in depth with, let us know. We'll focus more on that team. And especially get down to the wire, knowing that they're gonna start playing now this week. And we'll make sure that next week, we get more information for you guys.
Great. Well, that's going to do it for this week. Let's all have a great season, everybody.
And don't
Rise up all day.
And don't forget Gold Rush. You're going to have to see this team in action. And don't forget the doubleheader on Monday, the 2 Monday night games. Not just one, is two. So make sure that you don't miss the Philadelphia and Washington game, because that's going to be the game that everybody must see.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first. So that's going to do it for this week. Like I said, thank you guys all for listening. And we'll get you guys next week. So take care.
Take care, guys.
Later.